I call this meeting of the Northeast Independent School District to order. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is present, that this meeting has been duly called, and that notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. This board will now adjourn into executive session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act. Texas Government Code Section 551.071, private consultation with the board's attorney. 551.072, discussing purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. 551.074, to discuss personnel or to hear complaints against personnel, and the time is 5:30. The board will now reconvene into open session. The time is 6:17. Item 4, matters from executive session. A, personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments pursuant to Government Code Section 551.074. 1, possible action regarding routine personnel including but not limited to administrative appointments. Do I have a motion to approve personnel as presented in executive session?
So moved.
Thank you, Mrs. Perkins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. White. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 2, possible action to appoint trustee to fill vacancy from single member District 3. We had 4 applicants for this position, and we did interviews, and we are here tonight to appoint that trustee. Do I have a motion?
I move to appoint Joseph Trevino to fill the vacant seat from single member District 3.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Jaso. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item B, possible action on the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property pursuant to Government Code Section 551.072, no action. C, possible action regarding consultation with board's attorney pursuant to Government Code Section 551.071, 1, pending and/or possible litigation, no action. 5, board business. A, discussion and possible action on criteria for renaming Lee High School. Dr. Gottardy, would you like to speak to this?
Thank you, Madam President, board members, ladies and gentlemen. Over the last several weeks, the staff has been in deep conversations about the renaming of Robert E. Lee High School. It is our recommendation and it is our hope tonight that you will approve the fact that we want to name the school after an idea and not a person. So our plans as staff is that starting tomorrow morning, we will have online, in fact, probably before we go home tonight, we'll have online, or sometime tonight, online where our community can go on the Northeast ISD website and they can begin to start giving the school board and the district executive staff suggestions for an idea of a name to rename Robert E. Lee High School. Two specific examples just in our school district alone is ISA, the International School of the Americas, as well as ACE, the Academy of Creative Education. We truly believe that the idea of naming it after a particular person is volatile at this particular stage, and we really would encourage you guys to take action tonight to approve that we'll name it after an idea. And we really can't wait to get suggestions from our community on the renaming of Robert E. Lee High School. Thank you very much, Madam President.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Dr. Gottardy?
Just a few things to clarify, just so everybody's
Okay.
aware. We would have community involvement that would be through the submission of ideas, and then at a later time we would choose how to do any other mascots or colors or anything else, and that would be something the administration would make recommendations on. Is that correct?
If
Yes.
I may,
Sure.
Madam President, absolutely, Mr. Wheat. We would like to open the online suggestion box, if you will, for 1 week. We will publicize that. It'll be up live later tonight. It'll go through next Monday night, where we will gather suggestions from our community on the idea. We will come to you prior to the, or at the regular board meeting in October for the Board of Trustees to then make the final decision on the name of renaming Robert E. Lee High School. And then after that decision has been made by the Board of Trustees on the name, then a group of people, to include the principal of the school, Nicole Franco, and other people, will be responsible for looking at mascots, names of organizations, and all that stuff that you just referred to a little bit a while ago. So absolutely. Our plan is to bring you the list of names that our community has inputted prior to the regular board meeting in October. Hopefully you'll take action on that at the regular meeting in October, but you won't have to. I mean, that's something that we hope that we do that at the regular board meeting. And then after that, then staff will begin working on names of organizations within the school as well as mascot and that sort of thing. So I hope that answers your question.
It does.
Okay. Anybody else? Questions? Mr. White?
Yeah, Madam Chair. In order to do this, that means we will have to go contrary to the policy that we have on file in terms of naming a school that says we would name high schools after a permanent national figure. So if we name it for an idea, that means we will be laying that policy aside, right?
Well, but technically, that's a policy for naming a new school. We don't have a policy for renaming. So I think, yes, we would set that policy aside, but that is the policy for a new school. So since we've never gone down this path before, I think we're trying to make our process.
Well, while I have the floor, then I would like to move that we put that policy aside and put the information on the website to name this school for an idea rather than an individual.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Perkins. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 6, new business for possible board action. A, business services. 1, possible action regarding effective and rollback tax rates. Mr. Villarreal.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Gottardy, executive staff, and guests. This is the effective tax rate that we need to bring to you. Aubrey, our tax assessor, does the computation, but we also contract with Moe Casey to do it, and it's a formality that we have to submit.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this in the packet about the tax rate? Seeing none, do I have a motion to accept the tax rate computations for tax year 2017 for the Northeast Independent School District?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Wheat. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Hasso. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 2, possible action regarding defeasance and calling for redemption of certain currently outstanding obligations designated as Northeast Independent School District variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 2013B. Mr. Villarreal.
Yes, Madam President, this is a resolution in order to refund some debt, variable debt that we have. Ricardo Villasenor with First Southwest is here if you have any particular questions, but this is just an order asking for us to be able to do that.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or?
I do, Madam President. Mr. Villarreal, and this is keeping in line, if you will, what we've done over some time, paying down our debt when it's possible to, one, create capacity, but I think also to mitigate some of this pressure on the INS tax rate. Is that right?
Yes, sir. There's a button there. I think I finally pressed it. But yes, that's part of our plan. And the next item, we're going to be talking about our tax rate and hopefully approving the reduction. And in the last 3 years, we've reduced our tax rate 7.5 cents. So we're by mitigating some of those costs by refunding and paying off some principal, we're able to do that.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adopt the resolution approving the defeasance and calling for redemption certain Northeast Independent School District variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 2013B?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Hasso. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mrs. Perkins. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the motion carries. Item 3, possible action regarding adoption of 2017-2018 tax rate. Mr. Villarreal.
Yes, Madam President, this is the tax rate that we want to send over to Mr. Ed.D. to send to our taxpayers. It is a reduction of 2 cents in our INS, and like I stated earlier, in the last 3 years, we've been able to reduce our overall tax rate by 7.5 cents.
Okay, very good, thank you. Any questions or comments for Mr. Villarreal? Okay, if not, I have to read this very specifically. I've learned that.
Yes, ma'am.
So here we go. I move that the property tax rate be increased by the adoption of a tax rate of $1.365, which is effectively a 1.91% increase in the tax rate. The total tax rate consists of a rate of $1.04 for maintenance and operation and a rate of 0.325 cents for debt service. Do I have a motion for that? Did I mess up?
No, ma'am. That was perfect.
I made the motion.
Yeah,
Okay, do
which
I have a
is fine.
second?
Second.
I'm not used to that.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, the cameras are here. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 7, adjournment, and the time is 6:28.